We think we see the whole world, but we actually see a very particular part of it. Kathy Davidson stated this in Now You See It, a book about the relationship of the ever-growing digital age and the human brain, zeroing in on topics such as attention, learning, and the American school system. The number of Chinese undergrads in the U.S. has tripled in just 3 years to 40,000. Students from China are rushing to U.S. schools. Davidson would ask herself why. It's not that we haven't noticed a change. Actually, we're pretty obsessed with it. What we haven't done yet is rethink how we need to be organizing our institutions, our schools, our offices to maximize the opportunities of our digital era, Davidson has stated. We haven't modified our schools in order to fit this information age, Davidson argues. So why is such a large population of Chinese students coming to the U.S.? Feiran Lee is one of these students. She moved from China to the U.S. to go to Syracuse University, where she is studying broadcast journalism at the Newhouse School of Public Communications.
From elementary school to high school, their students have a lot of stress. But in America, it's like the opposite way. From what I heard, is like in America, from elementary school to high school, students are usually play and those kind of thing. And in universities, they study hard. But in China, before university, you study hard. You need to study hard in order to get a university.
The Chronicle of Higher Education states that American colleges are finding more and more Chinese applicants a year. But why? Particularly if our American educational system is not at its best.
Because I think one reason is because the parents and the teachers just put too much stress on them, too much pressure on them before university. So, and like after they go to university, usually they go far away from home. So parents cannot, say, you need to go back home before 11 o'clock, before 12 o'clock, that kind of thing. So it's like more relaxed for them. Yes, definitely, like for children growing up in like one-child family, they need to be success in academic in order to get universities, those kind of things. But I think even if I'm not from one-child family, I still need to do that because the large population. So if you want to go to top universities, you need to be like top students. So in order to be top students, you need to study really hard. I choose to study in America because I think the education in universities in America is better, much more better than that in China. And another reason is because the broadcast journalism major is in Syracuse is like top 5 in America. So.
The Chronicle includes that in order to get into U.S. universities, many Chinese students are doctoring transcripts and counterfeiting letters of recommendation, all the while having companies write their own personal essays. I can't help but ask myself, why the rush to U.S. schools?
For this major, it's like in America, it's more like practice. So you practice a lot. You do real stories and use real equipment, those kind of things. But I heard my friend back into China, if they are in this major, it's more like just give you the textbook and you read that. It's more like theories. So you just have exams on those kind of like the history of the media, those kind of thing. And sometimes they do stories, but they are fake stories. So it's like the professor asks someone to come to the class and they pretend to interview him or her. Those kind of things. So that's the difference in this major between China and America. And about the digital, I think America, in this major, America has more like more information about the digital media. Like for every class, it's like the radio broadcasting and TV broadcasting. Those classes, we all need to do something online. So we need to post something online, post the article, and post the video online. So I think America do much more better. It's interesting because in China you cannot get Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, those things. I went to an internship this past summer. It's a talk show. It's called A Date with Lu Yu. But Lu Yu is like kind of really famous in China, and they called her Chinese opera. A lot of opportunities. It's just there are some topics we cannot do.
Like what?
Not do. And another thing is like some sensitive topics in China we cannot do. And of course stories against to the government, we cannot do that. Yeah, but in China it's like even you do that story, that won't be on air.
It's time to rethink everything, from our approach to school and work and how we measure this progress, if we're going to meet the challenges and reap the benefits of the digital world. Davidson believes that true conceptual innovation is needed to reinvent our homes, schools, and workplace for the demands of the digital age. U.S. institutions should be preparing us for more changes ahead, Davidson suggests, for we have done little to transform education in view of the world of information. What is the appropriate learning? One thing is for sure, we need change, for change is the only constant. Good learning is about inspiring curiosity, Davidson argues. With the pressure of the one-child policy, China allows none of this, though they began as toddlers learning high-level math through games. This quickly turned into repetition. Maybe that's why so many international students choose to come to the U.S.